Of course I want you to be happy. I want that more than anyone in the world. Except Mama Josephine and Pop Richard Curry, but I like to think I was third. You forget, I was always there, okay? Through the relationships that didn't work out, through the broken hearts and the tears of frustration.
What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections to spot our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all social medias, Twitter and Instagram and Threads at A Connection TV. I am here to have a conversation, so I need y'all to get comfortable, grab a drink or whatever you need to relax, and let's have a conversation, right? Like I said, we can adopt similar connections to spot our differences, and I do that on every video here on YouTube. I adopt similar connections to spot our differences. I have a lot of differences in this fight, in this conversation, in this drama, in all of this, right? But I need to take y'all through a lot of areas, okay? The topic of this video is going to be regarding all of the hoopla surrounding trans women and women, aka cis women, who are having problems and debates, right? And then there's quite a few conversations. There's the conversation of why are only black people seemingly the only ones offended or feeling up in arms about this. And then there's the conversation of where do trans women fit in all of this, right? And then there's the conversation of me as a gay black man having my experiences with women, biological women that I know, and those kinds of conversations, right? So I was having a conversation with two women friends of mine, okay? Bio women, cis women, right? And we were talking about a lot of things. We're going on a cruise coming up in August, and I was expressing some of my feelings with having to or wanting to feel comfortable in a space, right? Wanting to feel comfortable in a space on a cruise, right? Because I'm a black gay man, okay? And normally, for me, in my experience, normally when I'm around groups of heterosexual people, I often feel like I'm on the outs. I often feel like I have to immediately feel like I have to throw a cover over me, right, and not be gay. What do I mean? So I walk into a room, people aren't assuming of me being gay, they're assuming of me liking women. And so immediately the conversation is about me liking women. And immediately I'm uncomfortable because I don't like women. There's nothing about women for me sexually that get me riled up or want me or makes me even want to engage in conversation about them on an attraction-based level, all right? And so then I have to go in and explain. Sometimes I do explain, sometimes I don't, but if I didn't have to go in to explain, hey, I'm gay, I don't like women, or, you know, oh, I'm sorry, I don't really want to have this conversation with you, then it's all, why don't you want to have this conversation? You don't like women? No, I don't like women. Oh, it has to be this whole like thing, right? It's annoying. And when you're in a group of straight men typically don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to have to conform. They don't want to have to change their conversation. They just want to be in conversation, in my experience. So for me, I'm just like, yeah, let me not be in those spaces, right? And so with this upcoming cruise, there are a lot of straight people coming on this cruise and the group that I'm going to be in. And so my message to her was, you know, hey, how are these types of individuals that you're bringing? Are they gay friendly? Because for me, I'm not going to be around if I feel like I'm going to have to conform in any way, shape, or form. Okay, I'm a 42-year-old man, and I want to go and be proud wherever I'm going to go and be. You know what I'm saying? And then proud, I don't mean like, ow. I mean like, oh, he hot, or you know what I'm saying? Or not even having to express my attraction to another man, but feeling in a space that I can at least just be and don't have to explain shit. Okay? Because it's tiring and it's aggravating. And not everyone in today's current climate still vibes with gay people. So I'm not in the mood. Especially when I spend money to go somewhere. So she was like, oh no, everybody's cool. You won't have any problems. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Just got to preface the conversation. I told y'all to chill and relax, right? Have a drink. So, all right, we're engaging in that conversation. And as we're engaging in that conversation, the topic switches to trans versus women. What's the problem? What's the whole big deal? You know, this trans woman was created a video where she was explaining in the video that cis men, non-binary people, intersex people have periods. So bio women, cis women can't gatekeep periods or whatever the case may be. And so apparently it was just a clip of what her full video was that was spiraling and viraling on social media and the internet. And so people were up in arms without even knowing the full context of what she had said in the video. Okay. There's layers to that too. And okay. Well, anyways, in the midst of having that conversation, one of my friends went in a realm that I didn't know that some people were feeling. And so what do I mean by that is she is a heterosexual cis woman, a heterosexual bio woman, a heterosexual woman, whatever you want to say. Okay? She's not trans. And she was expressing how she feels that now she has to walk on eggshells and now she's uncomfortable and, you know, having her feelings and being who she is becoming uncomfortable now. And she doesn't want to necessarily be in spaces where these kinds of conversations happen because it's uncomfortable for her. And, you know, then, you know, my other friend was talking about how laws are placed now where in workplaces you have to use people's preferred pronouns. And if you don't, it's illegal and all of this stuff, right? And immediately in my mind, because we're all black. There's 3 black people in this conversational thread. One lesbian that's dating a man, a heterosexual woman that is married to a man, and then a gay black man, right? It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. And when she started to say that she felt uncomfortable and she didn't know how to operate in spaces, I was like, girl, what? Huh? What are you talking about? What do you mean you don't know how to operate in spaces? I'm so confused. I'm like, do you know who you're talking to? Like, I don't know how to operate in spaces. What do you mean? I have been dealing with this for 42 years. What? Nowhere in my mind have I ever thought that it would be a space and time where a heterosexual person was saying they don't know how to operate in spaces and now it's difficult for them. What? I was like, girl, first of all, I became gay at this moment. Girl, first of all, what are you talking about, sis? What's happening? SIS, okay, not CIS. I know some of y'all have heard about the word. What are you talking about? What do you mean you have to figure out a space and how to operate and you're uncomfortable? What? I was like, girl, let me tell you something. You don't ever in life have to feel uncomfortable. And you will never need to worry. So I need you to relax and I need you to calm down. Why? Because you are heterosexual, okay? This world is made for heterosexuals, okay? So I need you to relax, breathe, woosah, it's okay. I understand in the last 6 months, things have been different. Terms have been thrown at you. The black woman experience is being merged with the trans black woman experience, and there's a little bit of erasure happening here. I get all of that. but it's been going on for like the last couple of months. Try 42 years of my life, right? So I'm like, girl, we're not at a point where it's detrimental. We're not at a point where it's that serious, because y'all still have way more rights than we do, right? But this is me being on the defensive and me. What are we talking about here? So, but I allowed her to express herself, and I also made her known, like made her feel like if there's ever a time where you feel uncomfortable in a space, baby, I got your back. But here I am, a gay black man telling a heterosexual black woman that, hey, I got your back. What are we talking about here? Because first of all, we're all adults and no one should ever feel uncomfortable in anyone's space. What are we talking about here? But you're heterosexual. What are we talking about uncomfortable? What? You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. You don't know. No, you don't need to feel that. What are we talking about? I feel that. But you don't need to feel that. But then we go into the space of cis women wanting not to have that label placed on them. Things being too difficult for many people to understand, not just heterosexual women or heterosexual men. But gay men don't understand all of the terms as well. I'm one of those gay men that don't understand all of the terms. Okay? And why we have to use all of these terms. Right? To be honest, the only reason why I even say I'm a gay man is because that's the first term that was expressed to use for people like me. It's the only reason why I use it. All of these words are social constructs, okay, created by people who wanted to assign, right? And for people to just get it and understand terms. That's why words are placed, right? It's for assignment. And so I always knew that I was gay. You know, I never wanted to attach myself to the F word. No, right? Why? Because it stems it stems from hate. Okay, deep rooted in hate, right? So I don't want that attached to me ever, right? And so, okay, I'm gay. Cool. Then we get bi. Then we get trans. Then we get lesbian. Then we get all these terms, right? We get all these terms. Where is cis coming from? Okay, so cis woman. Okay, I'm gonna read it. The term cisgender itself was coined in English in 1994 in a Usenet news group about transgender topics as Dana DeFaus. Then a graduate student saw a way to refer to non-transgender people that avoiding marginalizing transgender people or implying that transgender people were an other, right? And so the word cisgender is the antonym of transgender. The prefix cis is Latin and means on the side of. The term cisgender was coined in 1994 and entered into dictionaries starting in 2015 as a result of changes in social discourse about gender. Now, I don't know why I can't find a picture of Dana DeFaus. I can't find her anywhere on Google. Nothing's coming up. So I don't know if Dana DeFaus, I believe she is cisgender. I believe. And I want to say she's white. And so, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, if y'all got a picture of her, let me know in the comments. I don't know. Right? So here we are, another term introduced into the conversation as to assign people and have people feel explained, if that makes sense, right? And both women, both bio women on there, in my conversation, were like, they don't care nor want to be called cis. They're just a woman. And their argument is, why do we have to have all of these terms? And why are we having to change our dialogue? And why are we having to have different kinds of conversations? Why? I'm a woman and that's what I am. Don't assign cis to me. And, you know, a lot of individuals are like, well, what's the big deal? Like, what's the big deal? And I feel like the overarching argument is Just, we all need to respect what people want to be called, right? If women, bio women, don't want to be called cis, they just want to be called women, then just call them women. I don't really understand the problem. I don't, because I'm not trans and I'm not a woman, cis woman. So, I don't get the issue, right? But like I said, I don't want to be called the F word. So if people don't want to be, don't call them that. You know what I'm saying? But why does it have to be like this huge argument online? I'll tell you why. This is a message to my black people. This is a message to my black people because black people seem to and will always and forever have an issue with anything homosexual. Any of the letters, right? People always want to bring up slavery and where black people, why the trauma for black people is so deep rooted and our culture and all of that. All of that's okay, fine, great. We're always going to constantly have that past excuse for our current behavior, right? Fine. We were slaves and we went through a lot, great. With all of that struggle and all of the oppression and all the systematic racism and all of that stuff that we're having to fight today, black women, black cis women, black bio women have had a lot of traumas and dramas and isms and schisms throughout their existence. They've always been pushed under a boot, right? It's always been a fight for them. Right? And in moments where you have the Me Too movements and, burning of the bras and independent women and all my women independent. There have been so many moments in our history where women have come out on top feeling stronger, feeling more proud, feeling more like they can be, women going to work, women taking care of the family, women being the provider, not just the man. Women have had to fight to exist equally in a space for a long time. Okay? Women want to feel proud. Women want to be proud. Women are strong figures. Women are the birth canals of humanity, right? That's a lot to be proud of. That's a lot to stand firm in. Why am I even attempting to try to share this with someone that's not me? Why am I even trying to attempt to share the sliver of power that I have with someone that's not me? Someone that was not born like me, someone that does not have any of my experiences. Why? I don't want to. I've already had to fight and am still fighting for control of my body. Now, we have another group of individuals saying that they can share in our plight. I don't like that. I don't want that. Leave me alone over here. I'm a woman. Let me be that. And let me have that. Don't try to take any of it away from me. I'm a woman. Don't attach any labels to me. I'm a woman. You're not me. You're not going through what I go through. Our struggles are completely different. You don't know what I've had to endure through the span of me being a bio woman. So let's not have those kinds of conversations. We're not the same, boo, and we will never be the same. Leave me alone. I'm a woman. I'm not cis. I'm not any of that. I'm a woman. Leave me alone. I can't necessarily argue with that. And the reason why I can't necessarily argue with that is because I feel the same way as a gay black man. My struggles, my experiences aren't ones that can be imitated or duplicated just because you feel you are me. Nope. There's the word empathy, sure. But for me, I feel the same way. And it is what it is. I don't think that's necessarily a problem. I just think people need to respect it. Because women, like I said, have had to endure all of the things that they've had to endure, but so have gay men. Gay men have a very different experience. And then add on black on top of gay man. Oh, my world was rocked. What are you talking about here? My world was rocked from the beginning till now. Right? And I feel like people need to understand that one's experience is definitely unique to oneself. But on top of that, no one should ever feel like their existence and their experience is being erased or feel like there's another group impeding on that. There's identity born through experience, right? And for me, I feel like you can't just tap into that just because you want to. Just because you want to. Like, for example, there are a lot of people that, cultural appropriation and, this and that, white people trying to be black and no, you'll never be black and da-da-da-da-da-da. The same thing. You'll never be gay. It's an experience that you, like, what? And then for me as a man, it's an experience, baby. This is all an experience. This is all an experience. Now, there could be levels of experiences and levels of variations of one's thought on the overall experience. Sure, that's fine. Okay? But let's call it a spade. When you were brought into this world, spiritually, you may have connected with the opposite sex. Sure. Not arguing there. But physically, you were born a woman, right? Let's go there. Physically, you were born a woman. Now you're a trans man. Cool. I think a lot of the conversation is coming from men saying, trans men saying that it's not really on the trans man side. It's really on the trans woman side. A lot of the arguments on the trans woman side. But there are a lot of trans women that just don't want to be called trans woman. They want to be called a woman. And I think that's a part of the argument too, right? Women feeling erased in their experience by trans women that just want to be called women. And women have a problem with that. Bio women, cis women have a problem with that. I get that because you're not just going to turn a switch and now be over here in this experience because you didn't have this experience. So you're not just going to be that now. It's not as simple as saying, I woke up and I'm a woman. Or I had my surgery and I'm a woman. Or I take hormones and I'm a woman. Or I have this spiritual feeling and I'm a woman. I understand women wanting to fight that because a trans man is not going to come up to me and say, I understand your experience and I'm a man. We're not having that conversation. We're not. We're just not having that conversation. And that's because I stand firmly in my experience. Now, people may disagree and have, be up in arms about that. That's fine. Y'all could have all of that all you want. I'm still going to feel how I feel and still am saying what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I can respect everyone and their pronouns. That's great. That's what you want to be called. Boom. But going back to the 3 topics of discussion, right? My gay experience and personal experience, I spoke about that. Trans women, where do they fit? And cis women, bio women, black women, having the particular problem. Well, I do want to say a little bit more into that. Black women aren't the only people having a problem with it. All cultures are having a problem with it, period. All cultures have a problem with homosexuality, period. Okay, there's not one culture, one race out there that's like, oh my God, we love all the gays, we love all the bis, we love all the lesbians, we love all the trans. Matter of fact, I had another conversation with someone else that was saying that trans people shouldn't even fit in the alphabet. They shouldn't fit in the alphabet because if you have trans women who want to be considered women dating men, then they're technically straight. But that's another conversation now. That's another conversation. That's another conversation. And when he said that, I was like, yo, you got a point. But anyways, I'm okay with all the letters being in the. You can add Z's and all of that all in here as well. trans women have been in existence for centuries. There's nothing new, right? This is nothing new. There's nothing new, all right? Homosexuality has been since time, okay? Since time, right? All of this is not new. All of these terms are, but us existing as a people is not new, right? And so where do trans women fit in? I feel like, and because I want to close this off, because I could be talking about this all day long. I want to close this off by saying, where do trans women fit in? I feel like if we can be as confident as we are within ourselves and understanding that one's belief does not have to attach to us, then we can be okay. There are so many people out there that don't believe that I was born gay. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing. What you believe don't make me shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You can have your thought process over there. There are a lot of people in religious groups that think I need to go to hell. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay? Right now, I currently live in a world where it's okay for me to be who I am. Currently live in a world, because things are changing, where it's okay for me to be who I am, and it's okay for me to walk the streets. Okay? I'm blessed and I'm complete. Again, I'm blessed. I don't live in spaces or places on this earth where they would annihilate me because of who I am. So right off rip, that's the life I know of, right? I can't think from any other space but that. And so because of that, I'm just existing and living my truth. You can do what you want to do over there. I'm going to do what I want to do over here. Why can't we all just be in that space? If trans women want to be called women, if trans women have the thoughts and feelings that they have, let them have that. Let them have that over there, right? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? If you are so strong in your belief of you and your womanhood, bio women, cis women, what does it matter what another trans person thinks? Right? Also, think about your current space in life. I don't operate a lot of people that are concerned about all these pronouns. I would say I'm blessed in that regard, I guess. I don't know. There are a lot of people, though, that have to go to work and have to deal with this, and be in the corporate life and have to deal with this, and it's difficult for them. I get that. I get that. Unfortunately, you're going to have to put on when you go into a paid space. If someone's paying you, you're going to have to put on a little bit. Right? I know about that. I've had to put on all my life. Welcome to the club, sis. Welcome to the SIS. Welcome to the club. If you're in a work environment and you're getting paid to do a job, you're gonna have to perform. It is what it is, or find another job, right? We have those freedoms, right? That part ain't changing, because everybody deserves to be respected in a workspace, right? And feel included in a workspace. When you get home, when you punch out of that clock, you can do whatever, say whatever, however you want to be, as long as you're not disrespecting people. Be in your space. Enjoy you. I can't tell a trans person how to fit in this world. I can't tell a trans person I'm not that. I don't have that experience. So I'm gonna leave that with them, right? But I said earlier, I get why bio women, cis women are having a problem with this. They've already have had many problems, so they don't want to deal with anything else. And damn for sure don't want to feel like they're being erased by someone that has not sat and has worn their shoes since they were born. I would feel the same way. I would feel the same way. Caitlyn Jenner was awarded Woman of the Year, or deemed Woman of the Year. Not Trans Woman of the Year, Woman of the Year. What? What is that? If I'm a woman, excuse me? What? What do you mean, Woman of the Year and not Trans Woman of the Year? I'm confused. I don't understand. If I'm a woman, I feel that. I feel that. Because I would feel that if a trans man was named Man of the Year, I would feel that. I get that. I understand that. I understand that. For me, it's just like some newly deemed gay man. let's just say Michael Jordan comes out, oh, I'm gay. I've been gay for so long now. And then he's on a magazine, Gay Man of the Year. What? What? What are you talking about? I know it's not what you do. What? No. So I get that. I get women's issues. I do. But I'm going to end this video by saying what I said to my heterosexual CIS woman that I was speaking to on the phone. Girl, you ain't never got to feel uncomfortable in a space with regard to your sexuality, ever. And I'm not telling her how to feel. I'm just telling her she shouldn't feel that way. You can feel however you want to feel, but your existence and root core of who you are as a heterosexual will never be challenged in this world. Never. Never be challenged. You can go to Dubai and kiss on a man and you're not getting shot. You fine. You go to Africa and live your life. You're fine. You know what I'm saying? So we're not on the same level in terms of dangers, and you having to figure out why you don't want to be called cis. Figure it out. If you don't want to be called cis, whoever you're in conversation with, tell them I don't want to be called cis. Just like pronouns, you want to be called Zai or Zay or Zephyr or he, she, them, they. Okay. Cool. If that's what you want to be called, that's what you want to be called. I will try my best. I will try my best. Right? That's all we can do is just try our best. This going back and forth. At the end of the day, going back and forth, Jess hilarious, T.S. Madison, the woman that created the video, all this going back and forth is for naught. Tasha K, all of it going back and forth is for naught. First of all, all of these terms weren't created for black folk. None of this is originating from black folk. It's all white stuff, okay? Gay, straight, bi, lesbian, trans, ally, non-binary, binary, asexual, intersex, all of that does not matter. The only thing that matters is that we're all black. And the day that all black people understand that that's the only thing that should fucking matter, we will be the best and most profound people on this planet. We have all of this infighting amongst ourselves, and we're fighting the wrong battle. Slaves were freed not too long ago. We're fighting the wrong battle. I just saw a video where a policeman stomped on a black man's face that was already on the ground. We're fighting the wrong battle, and that's each other. And unfortunately, in my lifetime, I think that's not going to change. Why are black women seemingly the only ones having a problem? Because we're fighting the wrong battle. And black people fight each other on a constant basis through all various ways of life. We're always fighting each other. More so than loving each other. And this ain't nothing different. Who hopped on a live video to talk about and respond negatively to this black trans woman? A bio woman. And then who didn't respond to her? A black trans woman. And then who didn't respond to her? Another black cis woman. All black. Not nail white person into the conversation. Not nail Hispanic into the conversation. Not nail Asian into the conversation. It's all black. Black people having a problem with other black people. Bitch, we all black at the end of the day. And all of these terms don't mean a goddamn thing. Within regards to our lives that are being challenged. Don't mean a goddamn thing. I just wish everyone would stay in their respective group. That's just my wish. Right? Everyone stay in their respective group. If we did that, I think we'd be okay. If we did that. It's the merging of the two that's just problematic for a lot of individuals. It's the merging. Okay? One's experience is one's experience. But a part of that experience is based off of how someone was born and the life that they were born into. To have someone come in and say that they're on the same level of that is just crazy to me. And just don't do that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Trans women have their own fight. Bio women have their own fight. Gay men have their own fight. Like we all have our own fights. But we should just band together and stand together. Look, I could be talking about this over and over and over again. But that's just how I feel about it. I said a little bit of a lot. Hopefully you understood the messaging behind this. I think everybody needs to stay in their own group. Trans women need to stay trans women and be where they are. Black cis women, bio women need to stay women and be where they are. Gay men, cis gay men need to be that and be where they are. Trans men need to be that and be where they are. It's the merging. It's the merge. Because I'm not a woman, don't want no parts of a woman, I ain't a woman. Okay? And, you know, I'm sure everybody's going to be like, well, no, because if it's a trans man, it's a man. It's a trans man to me. It's a trans man to me. To me. It's a trans man to me. Period. Period. To me. And ain't nobody going to tell me otherwise. Now to everybody else, a man is a man is a man is a man. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But a white person, white person, right? A white person ain't never gonna be black. A white person ain't never gonna tell me about a black experience. They can protest and march with us all day long, but they ain't never gonna tell me about a black experience ever, 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 never. So that's just it. That's just it. Everybody just needs to stay in their lane and just stay in their lane, and let's respect everybody in their lane. That's been socially constructed to assign us. Let's just stay in our lanes. And let's just respect each other, because at the end of the day, we're all socially constructed into black. Anyways, leave your comments below the video. I want to hear what y'all got to say, baby. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Heterosexuality will never be challenged. Y'all ain't got no problems. Cut it out. I love y'all. Deuces.